My name is Lucy. This is my story. It is a simple story. It is a calm story. It is about school. It is about learning. It is about a teacher. I want you to relax. You do not need to think fast. You do not need to translate. Just listen. Just breathe. Just stay with my voice. I was a student. I was young. I was shy. I was quiet. I did not talk much. I studied English. English was not easy for me. Words were hard. Sounds were new. I felt slow. I felt small. Every morning I went to school. I walked to my class. I sat in the same seat near the window, in the second row. I liked that seat. It was calm. I could see outside. I could feel safe. In that class, I met Ben. Ben was my teacher. He was not old. He was not young. He was kind. He was calm. Ben spoke slowly. He used simple words. He smiled often. His voice was soft. The first day he said hello. He said my name. He said hello, Lucy. I felt seen. Many teachers talked fast. Many teachers felt far. Ben was different. He looked at the class. He waited. He did not rush. When I did not understand, he waited more. He did not get angry. I liked that. It made me calm. It made me listen. I was not good at English. I made mistakes. I forgot words. I felt nervous. But Ben said, "It is okay." He said it many times. "It is okay, Lucy." That sentence stayed with me. It stayed in my mind. It stayed in my heart. Every class felt safe. Every class felt slow. Every class felt clear. I started to listen more. I started to understand more. This is how my story began. This is how I met Ben. This is why I remember him. Each day was the same, and that was good. I arrived at school. I sat down. I opened my notebook. Ben came into the room. He said hello again. Always the same way. Good morning, slow, clear. We listened first. We did not read fast. We did not rush. Ben told small stories. Stories about life. Stories about people. Simple stories. Easy stories. He used short sentences. He repeated ideas again and again. That helped me. It helped my ears. It helped my mind. Sometimes he asked questions. Very simple questions. How are you? What did you do? I was scared at first. My heart beat fast. But Ben waited. He smiled. When I spoke, he listened. Even when I spoke wrong, he listened. He never laughed. He never corrected me fast. He said, "Good try," he said. "Very good." That made me want to speak. That made me want to try. I started to like English, not love, just like, and that was new. Before Ben, English was heavy. English was stress. With Ben, English was light. English was calm. I did not know it then, but something changed. A small change. A quiet change. I began to wait for his class. I began to feel happy there. This was the start. The start of something important, but I did not know that yet. Time passed. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. I stayed quiet, but inside I changed. I listened more. I understood more. Slowly. Very slowly. Every class with Ben felt safe. That was important to me. At home, I did not speak English. No one spoke English there. Only at school. So the class was special. It was my only place to listen. Ben knew this. I think he knew. He spoke very clear. He did not use hard words. He did not speak fast. When someone was lost, he stopped. He repeated. He said the same idea again. In a simple way. That helped me a lot. One day he told a story. A story about a girl. The girl was shy. She was afraid to speak. She felt small. I felt close to that story. It felt like my story. Ben looked at the class. He asked a question. Who feels like this? I did not raise my hand. My hands stayed still. But inside, I said yes. After class, I stayed in my seat. Other students left. The room was quiet. Ben looked at me. He smiled again. He said my name. Lucy. I felt nervous. My heart beat fast. He walked closer, not too close. He said, "You listen very well." I did not answer. I just nodded. He said, "That is important." No teacher said that to me before. That moment stayed with me. I did not forget it. I walked home that day. The sky was calm. I felt warm inside. Something small happened, but it felt big to me. That was the day I started to care more, not only about English, but about myself too. After that day, I watched Ben more. I listened to his voice. I watched his face. I watched his hands. He was calm, always calm. When students were loud, he stayed calm. When students were confused, he stayed calm. That calm feeling helped me. One morning I arrived early. The room was empty. The chairs were still. Ben was there. He was writing on the board. He turned and saw me. He smiled. "Good morning, Lucy," he said. "Good morning," I answered. My voice was low, but I spoke. He nodded. He looked happy. That made me feel good. That day, he gave us a listening task. We listened to a short story. Very short, very simple. After the story, Ben asked a question. "What did you hear?" No one answered. The room was quiet. My heart beat fast, very fast. I knew the answer, I was sure, but I was afraid. Ben waited. He did not rush. He looked at me, not strong, not hard, just kind. I raised my hand. Slowly my hand felt heavy. Ben smiled. "Yes, Lucy," I spoke. One sentence. The room stayed quiet. Ben said, "That is correct." I felt something new. I felt proud. My face felt warm. That moment changed me. I was still shy. I was still quiet. But I knew something now. I could listen. I could understand. And Ben believed in me. That belief stayed with me, day after day. And slowly, my feelings grew. Not fast, not strong. Just quiet feelings. Feelings I did not understand yet. More time passed. The school year moved on. My English got better, slowly, step by step. I listened every day. I did not miss class. Ben noticed small things. He noticed effort. When I listened well, he nodded. When I spoke, he waited. That made me feel safe. One day, Ben changed the routine. He said we would listen and then speak in pairs. My stomach felt tight. Speaking was harder. Listening was easier. Ben put students together. He put me with another girl. She was kind. She was calm too. We listened to a short talk. Then we spoke. My voice was slow. My words were simple. But I spoke. Ben walked around the room. He listened to everyone. When he came to me, I stopped speaking. He smiled. He said, "Keep going," so I did. That small push helped me. After class, Ben spoke to me again. He said, "You are improving." No big words, just that I believed him. At home, I started to think in English. Simple thoughts, very simple. I heard Ben's voice in my head, slow, clear. I started to like that voice. I felt calm when I heard it. I did not tell anyone. These feelings were quiet. I did not understand them. I only knew this. Ben made learning feel safe. And that mattered to me. One afternoon, Ben told us a story again. This story was about a teacher. The teacher helped a student. The student was shy. I listened closely. At the end, Ben said, "A teacher can change a life." Those words stayed with me. I looked at him. He looked away. I felt something in my chest. Soft, warm. I did not know the name, but I knew it was real. After that day, I thought a lot. I thought about school. I thought about English. I thought about Ben. Not in a strange way, not in a big way, just small thoughts. When I listened in class, I felt calm. When Ben spoke, I felt safe. That feeling was important to me. One morning I felt sad. I did not sleep well. My head felt heavy. I went to class anyway. Ben saw my face. He noticed, he asked, "Are you okay?" His voice was soft. I nodded. I said yes, but my voice was low. Ben did not ask more. He respected that. During class, he spoke slower. I noticed that small change helped me. After class, I stayed again. The room was quiet. Ben asked again, "Are you okay, Lucy?" This time I told the truth. I said, "I feel tired." He nodded. He said, "That is okay." He did not give advice. He did not talk long. He just listened. That mattered to me. I felt seen. I felt heard. I walked home slowly. I thought about his words. I did not feel alone. I did not feel strong feelings. I did not feel confused. I just felt thankful. That night, I studied English, not because I had to, because I wanted to. I listened to short stories, simple stories. I felt calm. I thought about the teacher in the story, and I thought about Ben. That was when I understood. I did not love him in a big way. I did not dream. I respected him. I trusted him. And that feeling was deep. That was the feeling. The year moved forward. Days were calm. Classes were calm. English was part of my life now. A small part, but a real part. I listened every day. I understood more words. I understood more ideas. Ben stayed the same. Always calm. Always clear. One morning Ben told us something new. He said, "This is our last month." The room felt quiet. I did not move. I did not speak. Last month those words stayed in my head. I looked at my notebook. I did not write. I listened. Ben continued the class. He spoke as usual, but I felt different. I started to count days. Not with numbers, with feelings. Each class felt important. I listened closer. I watched more. One day, Ben asked us to listen to a long story. Long for us. Still simple. He said, "Just listen." I liked that. The story was about learning, about time. I felt calm. At the end, Ben smiled. He said, "You all did very well." I wanted to say something, but I did not. My words stayed inside. After class, students left again. I stayed. Ben looked at me. "Yes, Lucy." I felt nervous. I said, "Thank you." Just 2 words. He nodded. He smiled. "You are welcome," he said. That was all. But my heart felt full. I knew something now. This time would end. But the feeling would stay. And that scared me a little. The last weeks came fast. Faster than before. Each class felt short. Ben gave us simple reviews. We listened. We spoke. I felt stronger now. Still quiet, but stronger. One day Ben asked us to share something. He said, "What did you learn this year?" Students spoke, one by one. I listened. My turn came. My heart beat fast. But I spoke. "I learned to listen," I said. Ben looked at me. He smiled. "That is important," he said. Those words felt warm. On the last day, Ben came early. He wrote something on the board. "Thank you for listening." That was all. The class was quiet. We listened one last time, a short story. When it ended, Ben looked at us. He said goodbye. Not in a big way. Not in a sad way. Just calm. Students left. I stayed again. The room felt empty. Ben stood near the door. I walked to him. I felt nervous, but calm too. I said, You changed my life. The words were simple. Ben looked surprised. He smiled. He said, "You did the work." That was his answer. I nodded. I left the room. I did not look back, but I carried that moment with me, always. Years passed. Life moved on. I was not a student anymore, but I still listened. English stayed with me, not perfect, but clear. Sometimes I remembered Ben, not every day, but often. I remembered his voice, slow, calm. I remembered his words, "It is okay." That helped me in life when I felt afraid. I listened. When I felt lost, I waited, just like he did. One evening, I found an old notebook. My English notes were there. Simple words, short sentences. I smiled. I saw my name, Lucy. I remembered the girl I was, quiet, shy, but listening. I understood something then. Ben did not teach only English. He taught me patience. He taught me to trust myself. That was important. I did not love him in a wrong way. I did not confuse my feelings. I loved what he gave me. Time, respect, calm. That love was simple, and it stayed with me. Today, I tell this story to you. I tell it slowly. I tell it calm, because listening can change you. You do not need to be fast. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to listen. I was like you. I was tired. I was unsure, but I listened. And that was enough. Ben is still a teacher. I know that. And I am still a learner. That is okay. Every time you listen, you grow a little, even when you do not see it. If you feel calm now, that is good. If you understand more, that is good. If you just listen, that is enough. Thank you for listening to my story. If you like calm stories like this, you can listen to more. You can subscribe to this channel. You can come back anytime. You can write a comment and tell how you feel. I will be here. This story ends now, but your listening journey continues.